Welcome to the boardroom game. In this video, let us analyze the outcome of the decisions taken in the previous rounds. Congratulations, your company T1 is leading the race with a share value of 11.6. Your company has shown a sales growth of 4.7%, which is incidentally the highest in the market. But unfortunately, the company has registered a PAT growth of minus 8.9%, although one of the competitors has registered a PAT growth of 0.7%. The reason for the negative PAT growth could be attributed to reduction in the price of both the products, increase in commissions at mass merchandiser and super specialty stores. The CSR expenditure of 350,000, which is incidentally highest in the market, has paid off as one of the reasons to spurt in share prices like sales growth. However, spending more than one project on CSR does not have any incremental effect on the share price. Further, for a detailed analysis, let us look at financial statements and research reports. Let us look at profit and loss statement. Comparing the period 1 financials with that of period 0, though the retail and wholesale figures have grown, your average margin has shrunk. The huge inventory held has led to increase in inventory holding cost, subsequently decline in gross margins by around 2%, which further catapulted and has impacted your EBITDA margins and EBIT margins. Interest cost due to loan taken has impacted the PBT margins. On deciphering the profit and loss statement, we recommend you to improve your margins and reduce carrying huge inventory. Let us now look at the balance sheet. Looking at the balance sheet, the glad thing to note is that your reserves have doubled and your cash assets has grown by more than 4 times. But the unfortunate thing is a huge inventory which calls for significant measures to clear them in subsequent rounds. Another positive aspect is that you have not landed up in taking an emergency loan. Let's move on to cash flow statement. With sufficient cash balances, further investment in research and development, declaring dividends to your shareholders, and improving customer outreach by choosing appropriate media channels could pay off in the coming rounds for better share price growth. It is very important that after every round, you carefully compare your profit and loss account, balance sheet, and cash flow statement with that of your competitors, with an objective to understand the difference in decisions made versus the profitability or cash flow outcomes. You would be in a much better position to identify the areas you are lagging so that you can take remedial measures. Let us now start analyzing the research reports. These research reports guide us in taking better decisions during the subsequent rounds, as we can analyze both plus and minus of the decisions made during the previous round. We will first look into the product-wise report. As we can figure out, for T1LO, you were not left with an inventory, which means you have spent adequately for advertisement and created the awareness. Product research report. You can observe from this report that your investment towards advertisement is the highest among the competition for the product T1LO, which has paid back in terms of sales growth in spite of your product price being higher compared to your competitor for this segment. To a certain extent, this is also responsible for your reduced margins. Hence, your judgment on the levels of advertisement for your future rounds should be cautious based on your experience gained in each previous round, as well as based on the analysis of your competition. Also, we can note that though the price of T1GE being lesser than your competition, You could not make enough sales because of the product differentiation brought in by your competition. Segment Sales Research Report. Here from this report, both in terms of quantity and by value, we have gained significant sales for LO category, but on the other hand, we have lost significantly in the geeks category to your competition. Channel Sales Research Report. From this report, we can figure that the competition has fared well in the geeks category by sufficiently placing the products in company-owned showrooms and super specialty stores, which we have failed to. Product perceptions. Through this graph, we recommend you to look for changes in the product perception of the category of customers you are addressing. Segment Awareness Research. From this report, we can see the poor awareness among the geeks category of customers for the product T1GE, which has translated to poor sales performance and leading to huge unsold inventory. This is because product T1GE has not adequately captured the customer's attention due to less investment on advertisement or failure to spot appropriate media channels. Segment Willingness Research Report. From this report, we are glad to know that the product T1GE has a fair amount of willingness among the geeks category. This is because you have positioned the attributes of the product in line with the customer perception. Segment Availability Research Report. An improved focus and availability of T1GE under geeks category could have helped improve sales for this category. Please pay attention on this in the subsequent rounds. This is because you have produced adequately but not invested in appropriate avenues to clear the produced quantity. Company Outreach Research Report. We stand much better compared to the competition in terms of our reach, as there are more salespeople who have translated the growth of specialty stores and mass merchandise, thereby improving the sales. Consumer Survey Research Report. From this report, we could figure out that fairly equal amount of focus is required on the media channels, especially for geeks category. This report also aids us in understanding the shopping channel of the customers, advising us to channelize or focus on them. Market Size Research Report. This report clearly shows the opportunity that's before us under all product categories, as the current penetration level are hardly around 17%. Having played the round and seen the outcomes, analysis of the decisions, we believe you are now fully geared up to move further into the game and excel. We wish you all the best. Thank you.